there were little rods that people
Use.
do that. It's like a tuning fork, and you ding it, and it gives you a vibrating sensation.
You've changed, Josh. You've changed.
Not me!
It's time for either or.
You take it and then you just go like this.
Ding! Yeah.
Fail to find the humor.
$1 million, but when you climax,
Oh, God.
Whoa.
I can't believe we're taking it to this level.
you barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right,
Or-
let's
okay.
do it right now.
What?
Let's use this scenario.
Go ahead.
Let's do it right
now.
Have a portable system. Battery consumption is definitely
It's not
something
a
you have to
portable
address.
system.
It
It's
is a portable
it's
system.
It's a console hybrid, okay?
It's portable.
A portable system is a PSP. You're meant to take it with you when you need to take a shit. That's about it.
No, that's not about it. People
Where else you
travel
gonna go with
with
it?
it on the airplane.
Oh, and how long's a fucking airplane ride? They got an outlet
well,
on
I
an
don't know.
airplane?
You're going to Indiana to LA. How long is it, Josh and Alex?
6 hours. 4 to 6 hours.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. Look at that Switch battery lasting almost 6 hours.
Oh,
what do
if
you
it's
know?
charged when you go.
Well, who's going to leave with it half dead?
Well, I don't know. Somebody who
Irresponsible
forgets to
people.
charge it.
Well, then don't fucking forget. I don't like the big, thick ones like that
The
because
reason for this is so I can carry everything with it. Right there, it holds my Joy-Con covers, and it holds my games inside of these slots here.
Where's your charger go?
You don't need a charger; it's portable.
I just got a Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh shoot! You okay?
You're gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just
horse?
give me time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you can do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't.
Out. Do it.
No.
Put your
Oh shoot!
Put it out. Now flex your foot up, like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you
that.
want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there.
Give me your
Help me. My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're okay.
You're okay.
ridiculous.
You're okay. You're
Let's do some
I'm doing some friggin' Christmas trivia. Welcome back to the PTOUnlimited podcast. My name is Brett.
I'm Josh,
Alex.
This is episode 158.
and we might be going through a brownout. I swear, like
There's a lot of rain.
our lights are dimming a little bit.
I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
Maybe.
Well, there's a lot of
Maybe.
flooding right now.
but
So-
South.
If we get disconnected, guys, we're sorry.
Can't
Yeah,
control the weather, guys.
we can't control everything. Oh, there's brightness
and
again.
there it goes again. All right, so you might see our, if you're watching us on YouTube, you might see our lighting
Flicker a
dim
little
and then
bit.
brighten
Yeah.
and then flicker.
Are the lines freezing out there?
No, it's not that cold.
It's 40
It's
something.
just a lot of rain.
A lot of rain. Getting
And
to the
the
wires.
rest, and I'm actually kind of scared because the rest of the week it's
It's
supposed to rain.
Right.
It's like nonstop rain. There's no sunny day this week.
Yeah.
April showers.
April's almost over.
Yes.
Yeah, get it over with now.
Yeah, we got 2 days left. Today and tomorrow.
Wednesday's gonna be 75.
Wednesday's going to be May 1st.
Yay!
Yay! So, oh my gosh, guys, such an epic weekend. And we're not going to jump into everything right away. We're just going to let you guys know we will be talking about Game of Thrones and Avengers tonight.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. I'm going to keep it pretty spoiler-free for both. I can keep it spoiler-free for both and give you our full rendition of what we thought about it. But the one thing I want to talk about, it was so awesome that Kim Kardashian got shut down on Twitter because she tweeted out that Keeping Up with the Kardashians was going to be on last night. She's like, everyone can live tweet with me. Someone retweeted her immediately and said, we're keeping up with Winterfell. We don't care.
I love it.
which got just about as many likes as her tweet.
That is hilarious. I
Yep.
love it.
Someone said hers got 12.5 thousand. This person,
Random.
11.4.
Awesome.
She should check the listings before she tweets
I know,
like
right?
Yep.
Half
But
the world is
you
watching
can't-
this.
that. You can't fault her for promoting her own stuff.
No.
No.
Which in a time like right now when Game of Thrones is so huge, if you don't mention to someone that your stuff's going to be on, I mean, people always don't think, oh, I can watch this Game of Thrones later or whatever, but didn't want to watch it later, I'll tell you that. But let's move on to something else first. We have a lot of other things.
Can we address Brett real quick?
Yeah, Brett's missing.
Yeah, Brett's missing. YouTube is telling us that too.
Are they really?
Yes, Brett, you're looking good. The workouts are working.
Oh, thank you very much.
Do you guys want to talk about your nutrition?
I guess.
I guess we can
Yeah,
start off by doing
like
that.
since that right off the bat, someone
I know.
mentioned it. You
Yeah,
know, thanks for joining us live on YouTube, by the way.
Yes. So, Brett, why don't you start? Because you started this stuff like weeks before I
So about 7 weeks ago, when I was, and I've talked about this a little bit, when I was going through my rough patch, I kind of took solace with working out and just basically just focusing on getting in better shape physically.
Mhm.
And with that, I've off and on exercised over the years a lot, but I've never changed my eating habits really. So this time I went all in and I cut out sugar, which I've mentioned before. Stopped drinking soda, which I've never done ever.
That's insane.
and
You won't even take one when I offer it.
No, I have 1 or 2 a week.
That's
and
fine.
I usually
That's okay.
don't. I usually don't finish them.
You know what that is? That's moderation.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
what doctors want you to do.
Yes.
Sometimes it's more of a. I like the first third of a Coke because it's crisp. It's at its most carbonated, and
Yeah.
it tastes the best.
Well,
and then
there's
I'm like,
just there's
that's good.
certain
That's
things
good enough.
Right?
that you eat that you just gotta have a Coke. Like
Yes.
you have to. Like
I agree.
Oh, man.
anything else, like something carbonated, something bubbly. Like I'll go into mine in a minute.
The contrast is necessary.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that I haven't changed my diet either. I've also lost 25 pounds.
Well, yeah, we've all
We've all lost weight.
improved.
We have, and it's weird. Like all of us in sync have basically just said, you know what? Let's get better. I
And
think it's because
it's-
we're all 30.
We're getting older, and health is important.
Yes, the 30, the number 30 has scared us.
When you, in my case, as soon as you start seeing the results, it's easier to commit to it further.
Absolutely,
Yes.
it is.
So-
It's very easy.
But you guys are doing workouts.
Yes,
I haven't
Yes.
done any of that yet.
you just changed your eating.
Yeah,
He
I
just changed his diet.
Yeah.
Have you changed what you're eating or just how you're eating?
I just changed how much.
Yeah.
He changed how much, because it used to be like when we would have dinner or a lunch together, he would clean his plate and go, I'm still hungry, and then go and get
Sure.
something to eat and wouldn't allow his food to digest.
Mhm.
And then now he eats half dinner. Like it's just like I'm full. Like
Yep.
he just slowly eats.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
and
really
then-
do.
Yeah. So
Yep.
So,
smaller portions.
You were portioner.
basically, what else was addressed was my face.
Your face.
I had
Brett's not here right
I got
now.
a haircut today, and I had her take the beard off because I am planning to get outside this year, and I thought if I'm gonna get a tan, it needs to be under the beard before I grow the beard back,
Oh yeah.
just in case.
Yes.
Can you have I guess this is a weird question because I don't have a beard. But like, so Josh, let's say you're outside all summer.
Yes.
Like this
You can tan line.
you can tan line your
absolute-
beard?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Can your hairline tan? Like tan line? Yes.
Yes.
I guess.
Same thing. Yeah.
So if you look real close, like at the line where your hair stops
You want to
and
see?
your
Yeah.
skin starts, there will be a white line.
Like if you look right here.
Well, that's just where your glasses
I know,
are.
but it's very similar to like right
Oh.
and then right up here. But I always have my hair short now, so it all tans together.
but
So
also,
Okay.
I also shaved it off because a lot of my noticeable weight loss is kind of in my shoulders and my neck.
Yeah.
My neck is a lot smaller.
it is.
And I always thought, well, I don't have a very definite chin. So I thought since I've lost some of this weight, maybe I'll just see what I look like without the beard now. And I almost didn't recognize myself.
Why don't you just go with a chin goatee?
Yeah, why don't you just do a little
You've
goatee?
never done that.
Yeah, you've
I
not
have
done
done that. That was the first facial hair I ever grew when I was a sophomore in high school.
Huh.
You should try it. It's really
It's
easy to
for
get rid of.
kids.
It's for kids. Okay.
I think it would look good. Just like
I do a
just
Are you
Just a
talking like
goatee.
the full chin or like this? The
I'm talking about the whole
strip?
thing.
I was
What
thinking
I
of-
normally
I was
do.
thinking of
You're
a
talking
strip.
a full like
Oh,
with
I'll
the
do
lip
it here.
I was
too?
thinking
I
of
don't do
doing
it
like
here.
Just
like
the chin.
Just the chin.
no. I was thinking like you do this. Just like a.
No, that's like
terrible.
no, that looks dumb.
I don't know.
He's not a freaking punk rock singer or anything.
Chin only facial hair is for high school kids who can't grow a full beard.
Yes, it is.
Until Josh shaves his beard
Oh
off
my
and leaves
God.
his goatee.
Yeah.
However, I did think, like you said when I walked in, I've probably dropped around 10 years.
Yeah, that's about
yeah.
what it looks
I've
like.
always had a baby face.
That's nice. I mean, keep that youth. Keep that youth. See,
Work.
Alex has done a big nutrition and workout change. Like, she's working out every day. She hates taking a break. Like, if she had a time off, like it happened to her last week and last weekend as well, where you unintentionally took a day off of working out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just doesn't. You run out of time.
Right. Exactly.
And I mean, my workouts are only 20 minutes to 30 minutes a day, but Easter that just didn't work.
No, it didn't.
We were just Easter plus streaming, or Game of Thrones, it all didn't
Everything.
work out. But hey, we've got a couple people that we need to say hi to on YouTube right now. We've got
Hi.
Brent.
Brent, thanks for joining us,
Brent,
man.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
And then Dad's on there too.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us, guys, on our
thank
YouTube.
you, by the way, for leaving us voicemails. Are
Oh.
we able to play those yet?
Well, since the audio didn't work last week, I don't know what we're gonna do.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll eventually
Listen
get
to 'em
anybody
ahead of
that
time.
has left us a voicemail. We should also be putting that in
let's
our
plug
plugs,
that.
by the
Can
way.
we plug that right now?
Yes. We now have a PTO Unlimited podcast voicemail. It's through Google Voice.
It doesn't matter where it's from.
Well, whatever. So it when you call it, there's a message. It goes straight to voicemail, and you're able to leave a message. And then eventually, we're going to download these messages, and we'll be able to play them back on our show.
Yes.
So the number is
224-225-5780. Now, the reason why it's that specific number is it is 224 call PTO, PT0. So
yes, not PTO,
PT0.
PT0.
Yep. I couldn't get the O because it was taken by actual other company. So
I'm getting told to card the kid that's to my left.
Thank you.
Yes.
So if you guys
anyways.
leave us a voicemail at any time of anything that we talk about, we might just put it on our audio portion of our episode until we get whatever it is.
We've
we need
already
to
got
figure it
a
out.
few, and they're very sweet. So
They
thank
are.
you very much.
Yes,
you
I've listened to
you
them.
know who you are if you've left us a voicemail.
You know who you
yes,
are.
you know who you are. Anyway, so Brett, how much weight have you lost in this nutrition change?
So, in this
You don't have to say
last-
your starting weight.
In this last 7 weeks, I've lost about 20 pounds, give or
Ooh.
take. In total, and I technically started when I said I am fat and it's time to change. That was
When you pulled out the fat card.
last June, and from there I've lost another 20 for a total of 40 pounds.
Wow.
So
And I'll give or take.
Holy cow. So last June, if you go back to our podcast, last June, that's when you were at your full weight.
At my heaviest, yep.
Wow.
So I have never in my life lost anything more than 5 or 6 pounds at
Okay.
a time. I've always just kind of grown into my weight and kept my weight and stayed toned.
Okay.
And this is the first time where I'm actually I'd be happy to lose 10 pounds,
Yeah.
an actual full 10 pounds and keep it there. And then if not that, then just gain that back in muscle. But you guys, you men that lose weight
What?
so quickly, I think it would be awesome and incredible for you guys to go to a gym and pick up the weight that you lost.
Ooh.
I see.
So pick up a 40-pound dumbbell and just be like, this used
That
to
is
be on me.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then Josh has lost 25
I've
pounds.
lost 25 pounds.
Josh, I have not seen Josh this
Lean.
lean, I guess is, I want to say skinny.
Since
Because you're not
we-
necessarily skinny. You're you're lean again.
Right.
Yeah. You don't have
I don't have
you don't have the husband gut right now.
Mr.
So
Poopy Butthole.
for you to go into the gym and then just pick up
Wearing
a
a t-shirt.
25-pound dumbbell and just be like, this used to be me.
Right. Exactly. I want to see let me know when I push out.
So, and I think that's incredible that humans can fluctuate their weight so much. You hear
Well,
about people losing, I lost 50,
you
60, 70, 80.
You fluctuate 5 pounds a day,
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I know, but still just I think
which
that's
is
kind of-
literal shit.
Well, that and water.
And water.
There he sodium.
Yes, and water.
And water, yes.
So, but
which,
anyways,
which you've reduced your sodium content.
I reduced
by a
it
lot.
a lot.
Yeah.
I have pretty much no sodium.
Right.
Like little. No, I don't want to say
Unless we have dinner.
But
When we have
like,
dinner is when we have the sodium
Yeah.
content.
Right.
So I did. So Brett kind of, in a way, I think Brett inspired me a little bit too, and so did the scale. I just
A lot of things
this
inspired
last-
you, Alex.
this last I think like 6 to 8 months has really not been nice to me.
No.
As far as my depression and my anxiety. So I pulled out Brett's card as well. It was just kind of like, it's time. Like, I got to do something. I need to change something. So I decided I've been following a nutrition Instagram account called Tone It Up for probably 2 years. And it's
Wow,
just
that long?
Yeah,
Took you that long?
It took me that long. It was
Wow.
actually it was Philip DeFranco's wife, Lindsay.
Yeah.
Remember she lost all that weight after she had Trey.
I thought that was amazing.
She did
lot
that
of
through
weight.
Tone It Up.
Yeah.
And that's
Oh.
why I started following Tone It Up. Because
Okay.
I was like, whoa, if I ever want to like get toned, I should probably do that. So I followed them. And they've
Mhm.
just always got very inspirational things and whatnot.
Yeah.
And eventually I was like, you know what? I did sign up for Beachbody, and I was like, I don't know if I really want, like, it just sounded like all the stuff for Beachbody was like, lose 50 pounds, lose weight. And I'm like, I'm not really looking to lose a lot of weight. I just want to, like, get myself energized and get back to feeling good about myself and toning up my abs and my butt and my arms.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So I signed up for this 6-week, what they call their summer series, which is a complete, they schedule everything out for you, and then you also get with it like their meal plan or their nutrition plan. And I've completely changed my diet, and like about 90% of my diet has completely changed.
Yep.
The rest of it is
Oh my
just,
gosh, Brett,
like,
there's
dinners.
stuff in my fridge I would have never
No.
had. First off, shaved coconut. Shaved coconut is sitting in my house right now. If you
coconut flakes.
did you ever talk about this on the
No,
podcast?
I didn't.
I have a
I told people at
hatred
work.
for coconut. I love the flavor. I love the liqueurs.
So can I say what happened first?
Oh yes, please.
So I've known Josh for 17 years. 17 years. I know personally the things that he does not like as far as food and drinks. Like,
Yeah.
I cannot get him to drink tea. Like, he will sip a tea at like Takioka, like a hot green tea,
yeah.
but he will not go to and make a cup of tea for himself. I know that. He hates tea. And he knows that I despise tuna.
Yeah.
I do not like
Stinks.
tuna. It's disgusting. I don't like Miracle Whip either, or mayonnaise or whatever. Like, those two things I don't like,
Right.
but it's in my house. And he will eat it. And it's so bad that if he makes that for himself, I'm like, well, I guess we're not kissing or snuggling tonight because I don't want to have that
I'm gonna
stank on
smell
me.
like fish.
So,
Whatever.
so what? All that leading up to this, we've known each other for 17 years. I go, and one of my recipes calls for sprinkling coconut flakes on like my breakfast and stuff. I'm like, oh, that sounds great. That's not too bad. Just, little coconut flakes. Josh comes in the house. He's like, what all did you buy? And he gets this like bag of coconut flakes. He's like, what is this doing in the house? I was like, just goes on this like 10-minute rant about
I hate coconut.
he hates coconut. He's like, you know how you hate tuna? I hate coconut like this just as much. I'm like, they're just little flakes of coconut. I don't have a freaking coconut in the fridge.
No, I'm
I
talking
have
about shaved coconut is
flakes.
disgusting.
No, it's not.
Oh,
I don't prefer coconut either.
thank you.
Like, I'm not really big into coconut, but the flakes, it doesn't even, it just adds like a little spike of flavor. That's it.
Brett, where'd you get your nutrition info from? Like, what are you following? You just know to cut out things?
Yeah.
That's
it.
it?
I knew that I consumed too much sugar because the soda, for one, I was drinking too much, and two,
Dude, yeah.
I ate a lot of sweets.
We were telling you drank a lot of soda.
Oh, I knew I did. I knew that I did.
That's okay. As long as you are self-aware of everything, like that your diet changed
Too
so
much soda, not enough water.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Yes.
now I drink a
You're
lot
supposed
of
to
water.
drink half your body weight in water a day. And for me, it's like drinking, I think it's 4.5 bottles of water. The one big change I had to get used to very quickly in the first week. Actually, I'm doing 7 weeks because I started.
There we go with
early.
them again.
Was I have to have 5 meals a day, and it's not like 5 full meals. It's since the beginning of Alex, I don't eat breakfast.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that I don't eat breakfast. I can't put anything in my stomach besides a coffee, and maybe a piece of toast, before 10:30 in the morning. Like it just my stomach doesn't like it. So I've made myself, for one, first thing I do in the morning is I have these little shots that wake me up to the point where I don't even drink coffee very much anymore, which is amazing, like unheard of for me. I drink that, and then I have a little bit of coffee, and I have a full breakfast. Like I make these little breakfast oatmeal things, but I have to have a breakfast and then a mid-morning snack, then lunch, which is a light greeny thing like a salad or something light, and then my third one is a mid-afternoon snack, and then dinner's dinner, and then just try to make it healthy and not carb loaded or anything like that. And then if I'm still hungry, after dinner before bed, you're not supposed to snack before bed, so they give me little options that fill you up but like are very easy to digest while you're sleeping. So in the last this week is starting week 3 for me. But I did take before and after pictures. Like every week I'm doing it and weighing myself, and I'm also measuring myself. And in the first week, I dropped 4 pounds, solid pounds. Like I'm not going back up. Like I dropped 4 pounds, and I've lost 2 inches around my waist and my thighs.
Have you got?
Like,
did you
one
get a?
week.
Did you get a measure?
Yep.
Did you measure yourself?
I did, but
Yeah,
I
but you don't
only
have a before.
I don't have a before. I have just one,
Yeah.
and well, I'm gonna wait.
And you never got suited for a tux before.
I did, but it was 10 years ago.
Yeah. That's not good. All right, let's move on from
So
the
yeah.
from
Anyways,
the
the power
nutrition
of
chat.
nutrition, guys.
Power of nutrition really helps your body grow
Yes.
the proper way.
It was less about nutrition for me and more just, making the good choices.
Right.
Well, it makes you feel better, like in the first week of changing everything and not putting pop or sugar or staying away from pretty much just like high fructose corn syrup and carbs, like bad carbs. I have a lot more energy, and when I don't get a good meal, like today, I was thrown off because I had a day off and I didn't plan my day out.
Yeah.
I did my workout, and I'm doing the workouts every day. It says 4 to 5 times a week, and I'm doing like every day. I feel like crap. And if I have a drink of soda, which, by the way, Josh and I were shopping the other day, and we're like, you know what? Let's just go.
We ran out of time.
We ran out of time.
We had no
and
choice.
I was like, Josh, like, want to go get Taco Bell? I'm like, sure, fine. I can have a cheat
It was
day.
a bad idea.
And I only had not even a full quesadilla and 1 hard taco versus like what I used to have, which is like a bunch of Taco Bell. And I felt like shit after eating for 2 weeks clean. And then I was like, nope, In and Out, Taco Bell, disgusting. You can tell what your body wants and what it doesn't want when you're on a diet.
You cut out fast food.
For the most part, yeah.
All right, let's move on from there, guys. Before we hit on our other topics, what do you want to go on to first, Brett?
I will talk briefly about GTA 5, just because I went into it yesterday.
We can do a little playing and watching.
I went into it yesterday to the online, and we got to do it together because
I'm cool with that. We wanted to Saturday night.
Yeah, I was at the gym a long time.
Is there a way you can not be that late?
Well, no, because
we can't sit around for an hour and a half.
But I have my meals set up for enough time afterwards to make it to the gym. I eat dinner at like 4 p.m. so I can digest before I go to the gym.
What time do you go to the gym?
Why don't you just have dinner after the gym?
No.
Why not?
That's a good.
Because
that's
I
actually
need
fun.
the fuel to fuel the workout.
What time do you go to the gym?
At like 7:38, somewhere around there.
Wow.
So do
you
you
give
eat
yourself
before
3
bed?
hours?
Usually,
You don't
yeah.
need 3.
Do you eat before bed?
I decide what I need. If I do, it's like an apple.
Apples are great. Yeah, that's
It's
good
actually
snack to have.
within 30 minutes after your workout, you have to have some type of protein for your muscles to eat it up.
Well, I'm doing cardio though.
So am I.
I'm not. Anyway,
Let's okay, GTA.
GTA.
so I have they've added so much crap over
They
the years,
have. I know.
and it's I can't make heads or tails of it.
Okay.
Like there's just too much.
Do we need a
going
guide?
on. Well, it would be helpful to have someone who knows about it without. I mean, I could go on, and I'm sure there's a wiki to find out what
Yeah.
everything is. But basically, I have a motorcycle clubhouse, and I'm the president of the motorcycle club, and I have no members.
Oh, well, we can be members.
Exactly.
We can be your members.
And then I bought a nightclub, and
Do you need strippers?
no, basically,
Josh can be
the-
your stripper.
Oh man, I'd be up on stage.
let me talk.
I'm sorry.
The nightclub is the hub to your business, all
Yes.
your illegal businesses,
Oh, you're
which
doing.
I didn't
okay.
even know you could have until because I always play in private sessions. If you go to a public session and go to your computer because you have to be a CEO, a motorcycle president, or a VIP,
Okay.
which you have to register to do
Mhm.
on the Securo server, which is added after the fact. But then you can buy like one of 12 illegal businesses like cocaine and a weed farm and
What?
document forgery. It's stuff I had never
This
seen
sounds
before.
so
yeah,
crazy.
This is different.
It is, yes. So
Wow.
it's just there's so basically I wanted a way to earn money because money is everything in that game
Yeah.
without doing it job by job or heist
Right.
by
Yeah.
heist.
Heists were fun. We could do.
They are fun
heists.
in that we
but
could
they're
do that.
they're fun when you have somebody to do them with.
You know what?
Exactly.
I'm down for. We wanted to play GTA on Saturday, but we wound up just playing. We even talked to Jer on Saturday, and he's like, "You guys gonna play Halo, aren't you?" We're like, "Nah." We wound up.
We
playing
played Halo. Yeah.
Which was a bad idea. It was a terrible night.
It was fun.
So yeah, it's still fun,
Mm-hmm.
and I ended up doing some jobs because it was double the money and double the RP
Hmm.
with just random people, and that was some was good and some was not.
We're definitely down to do it. But this Tuesday or tomorrow, actually, Sea of Thieves, big update.
Mhm.
So we're gonna be doing that probably. Do you have anything else you want to touch on GTA?
Nope, that was it's insane how that game will be 6 years old in September,
And it's still running
and
strong.
it still is
It's actually
just
really high
smooth
up
as butter.
on the Twitch leaderboards too. Like people are streaming that stuff, and there's an audience for it too. It's
just-
actually really good.
It's just a gold mine for Rockstar and Take
Yeah.
Two.
Yeah. So what do you guys want to talk about?
Well, I've got some stuff. We've got Fast and Furious to talk about.
What's going on there?
So
No surprise here.
What's
I
what?
it's not a surprise.
What's the surprise?
I will. You'd say what it is, and then I'll say why I think it's smart.
Okay, John Cena is joining
The cast.
the cast of Fast and Furious 5. The Rock will not be in the Fast and Furious 9.
Huh.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
So this is smart on John Cena because he's transitioning. He's basically following what The Rock did, only
Yep.
later in his
Mhm.
life.
Yes,
I
he
don't
is.
like that he's doing that.
Hey,
I think it's smart.
I
It is
think
smart.
the movies that he's been in are good.
I know it's smart, but
he was hilarious in Trainwreck.
Oh, he
Yes,
was,
very
yes.
much so.
And
And
even
in,
though it was a crap,
Blockers.
it was a crappy
Blockers.
movie. He was good in it.
you're right.
He was
I
better in
So-
Blockers.
totally agree.
He was better than in Trainwreck. Well,
He was better.
Well, Trainwreck
in
was a
Blockers
small
than
role.
Trainwreck.
Well, it was, yes, what
So
you said.
you get more out of blockers because you're going to.
So he is a household name, kind of like Dwayne Johnson. Maybe not. No, not maybe.
Not
He's
yet.
Not as big as Dwayne Johnson, but most people know John Cena because he's John Cena, not
Right.
necessarily because he was in the WWE for years.
No. I mean, he's made a name for himself doing other films just fine,
Yeah.
and he's still doing Make a Wish pretty well too.
he did that. He's actually been acting a long time. He did that Marine
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Wow.
The
Yeah,
Marine.
that
time
was
ago.
like 2007.
12 rounds.
What was the other one? Yeah,
12
12
rounds.
rounds. Yeah, they were all throwaway movies.
Yeah, they were
Spawn sequels
WWE.
nobody asked for.
right. So he's never been. I mean, but you could argue.
What's his
you
role?
know,
Do you know his role in this movie?
No, there is actually nothing other than
He's
he's
joined.
going to be in it.
Okay.
And that The Rock has come out and said, I'm not going to be in this installment of Fast and Furious.
John Cena could definitely hold an audience.
As
being
of
that.
right now, I think he would be great in that kind of movie.
That's yeah.
Fast and Furious 9 is set to be released on May 22nd, 2020.
Okay. Right
So just about over a year.
Plus, you say Dwayne Johnson's not in 9. It's because at that point he's spun off with Hobbs and Shaw. Would
Mhm.
surprise me if there's 2 to 3 to 4 movies of those two.
Yeah. Right. God. And you don't even want to. They sent out another trailer. I didn't watch it because I'm not really interested.
I won't avoid this movie. I'll wait and see what it gets review wise, but
Yeah.
nothing about it. I mean, the only thing that brings me to that, I like Jason Statham, and of course I like Dwayne Johnson. So
Okay.
maybe I go see it because of that, but I'm not rushing to the theater.
Yeah, Jason Statham. He used to just be a stuntman, and now he's
Yeah.
starring in movies. He
I
did.
remember
I like
trilogies,
I like
right?
him a lot.
What?
He did 2 trilogies. He did the Transporter trilogy.
Transporter.
And then well,
Expendables.
Expendables. He was also in both Cranks,
He was
starring
in
roles.
Italian Job. He's
Yeah.
Oh, and the
that
Italian Job. That's a great movie.
Safe,
Yeah, I love
The
that movie.
Mechanic.
He's all over the place
the
now.
Mechanic 1 and 2.
Mhm.
Just a bunch of Parker. I think.
Death
was
Race.
He's like
one.
he's like
Death
the
Race.
well, actually, he's not American. He's
No, he's-
British.
Yeah, Alex.
I was
where'd
gonna
you
say
get
he's the American Jackie Chan, but I'm like, never mind. He's the British Jackie Chan.
Right, I think he is.
Yeah,
Yeah. Does he do his own stunts?
I would.
I
Think
mean, he's a stuntman.
He's a stuntman. I would think that he does.
That was a dumb
most
question,
of them.
Josh. God.
Anyways, another thing. I mean, that's really all to talk about now. But another
see where
thing
that
is
goes.
today is somebody's birthday,
Whose?
celebrity birthday. He is 65. Any guesses?
I thought I saw this.
Tim
but
Allen?
Nope.
I don't know.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Happy birthday, him.
65. Wow.
65 today. Jerry Seinfeld.
Good for him. He does
Yeah.
not. I mean, I watch comedians in cars.
Cars
drive-
getting
coffee.
coffee
Yeah, that
or
one.
whatever.
The stupid title, but makes sense.
Yeah.
Couldn't just be like Jerry Seinfeld
Like how do
picks
you
up celebrities.
how do you like go up to a friend and be like, oh, did you watch the last episode of Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee? Like it's just like a really long. Did you watch Coffee last night?
Yeah, it's not the best title.
It's
No.
not, but he does not look 65. But then again, people who have millions of dollars they have ways of not being as stressed out as people who work 9 to 5ers.
There is a comment on YouTube right now that says,
Excuse me, I'm gonna cough.
not much of a shocker to hear Rami Malek is going to be
Sorry.
the next Bond villain.
Yep, saw that.
So
Yeah.
I didn't see that, but I could see him. I'm all for it.
He got an Academy for
He got an Oscar.
Oscar. Sorry, Academy
Academy
Awards.
Award.
Yeah, Academy Award. I hate that. Why don't
and
they just call
also-
it one or the other?
Also, I'm sure Alex is very disappointed at Jason Momoa right now in his new look.
Shaved his beard.
I
talked about that last week.
I like it. It's like there's like it's like 2 different sides. It's like clean Momoa, dirty Momoa, and I like both.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think I like the beard more,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, he looks good
Does he
underneath.
still have his long hair?
Yes.
I think
yes.
so.
He's up in a
yeah.
he had it up in a man bun.
Yeah, like when I saw it,
Um,
it was like up in a ponytail. Still.
Can we talk about Game of Thrones?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
we're gonna
Well,
do this now.
We're gonna do Game of Thrones right now because we were talking about Jason Momoa. Alex and I have been watching the first season. We got through the first season of Game of Thrones inside of a week. We want to get through the full series all over before the last episode. We have 3 weeks to get through 6 more seasons.
I don't know if we're gonna do it.
I don't either.
I don't know because it was really interesting.
We've fallen asleep twice to the first episode of season 2
because we're
it's
watching
so
it too
slow.
late and it's so slow and there's just a lot of filler.
We know season 2 is just a filler season.
Yes.
So Brett unfortunately has to take a back seat to this discussion.
Yes, Brett doesn't watch Game of Thrones. We're not. We can't. We
Spoiler
are not
free.
going to spoil anything.
Spoiler free chat right here.
But
about
this would not be a good podcast, or we would not be good podcasters if we did not at least mention this past Sunday's episode.
the one before.
What are you talking about?
We didn't talk about last week's.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about last week's.
Okay. Well,
I'm just talking
Arya,
about
Arya had a sex scene. Hello.
Well, yeah, that happened.
That was the weirdest thing
it
because
was very weird.
she looks like she's 14.
You know, she's like 23 or something like that.
We'll talk about Macy Williams. Have you seen what she looks like, Brett?
I don't think so.
She looks young.
in the show, like she looks really really young,
And she's really short.
And the fact that like I think she started. She started.
She looks like a child.
Yeah,
Yes.
she started the Game of Thrones out when she was like 10 or 12 or something like that. So she was like this little girl, and now she got
That's what
a
happens
sex
when they
scene.
wait 2 years
But-
between seasons.
Well,
No, this is okay though. This is okay.
But that's okay because in the books and stuff, I guess like from the time season 1 is to where we are now is like a long time.
It's very long time.
like so it's good that they've aged.
Yes. But
Um,
we're going to talk about The Long Night, which is season 8, episode 3. Spoiler free chat right here. The Battle of Winterfell.
The Long Night.
The greatest. I'm about to like choke up here. This
Yeah.
was amazing.
Absolutely amazing episode. I've never like this was all right. So this is how amazing it is to me. This was better than Breaking Bad.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Like
This
Breaking Bad
show-
has been my #1 show for a very long time as far as like binging and like this is amazing and epic. This episode just like blew it out of the water.
All right, so let's start picking some things out of here before we start just praising it for what it is. The darkness was necessary. People are complaining about the darkness.
I want to talk about.
Let's talk about the darkness.
I wanna
It's
talk
trending
about
on Twitter. It's trending on
So-
Facebook. It's all over the internet. It's everywhere.
Yes, so everybody, or not everybody, but there is a lot of fans that are just like, I had a really difficult time watching most of it because it was all short and it was all dark and whatever. I couldn't see anything. And all right, here's the deal. Josh and I and our friend Rob watched this. In the last 2 episodes, we've done this because they've been very dark and brooding episodes.
Yes.
We shut off all the lights and we light a candle.
It looks
It's
a perfect
It's the
setting.
perfect setting to watch this stuff.
Yes.
And I was like, how difficult is it to go and flip a light switch to watch this damn show? I'm like, so many people, I'm so disappointed I couldn't see. I'm like, flip off your lights.
Whoa. Why should people have to?
Okay, first of all, where this is set, it's set in a castle, middle of nowhere.
Middle of
Where's the
nowhere.
lighting coming from?
That's not the point.
Yes, it is. Hold on. They're making this as real as possible. This was a real feeling battle. As far as fantastical as it was.
If they want me to watch, why should I have to turn off my lights to watch it and enjoy it?
Enjoy it.
It's almost like you're
Enjoy
watching it like a movie.
Yeah.
But why? You're not answering my question.
Why should you have to?
Yes.
Because the writers tell you to.
No. No.
Well, if you want to complain about the darkness, don't watch the damn show because half of the show takes place at night. They're called the Night Walkers. The White Walkers walk at night. The Night King.
The Night
King.
Not the Night KN. It's the Night King.
Yes.
I would imagine that any director, I mean, night scenes are a challenge because you still have to make sure people can see what's going on in a well-lit room.
You know what did it? The dragons.
The dragons did it.
And Melisandre.
Okay.
Yes, Melisandre did it.
You got the lighting that
Yes.
was necessary.
No, the lighting that was there was
I'm
was
sorry
necessary.
if I'm not helping your
Yes.
cause.
But it
Brett.
had nothing to do with what
I know.
said.
The darkness made the lighting epic.
Yes,
Is what I'm saying.
yes,
there
that's
was a
it. That's
backdrop
perfect.
of Jamie and Brienne, which you have no idea who those people are. But that backdrop of the flames behind them, the silhouette was
Yeah.
amazing of them fighting the
Yes.
White Walkers inside of Winterfell.
You didn't really get to see it. Like they made you feel like you were actually there.
Paranoia and anxiety
Like
filled
camera
me.
here, camera here, when everything's like going, and it's just. You're like, my stomach hurt watching it. I was like, oh my god! Like you're kind of waiting because Game of Thrones is also known to kill off characters that you like, just like that, like out of nowhere.
Yes.
And we're down to like the last 12 or 13 main characters that have lasted all of these seasons.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like, we actually made a list last week.
I've been tweeting it out on our Twitter.
And we tweeted out, we're like, who's going to live and who's going to die? And if they're going to die, how are they going to die for a bonus? So far, I'm winning.
Alex is winning, yes, by 1 bonus point.
My 1 bonus point, but
I
it
got
was pretty
everyone
big
else
bonus point.
Let's hold on. I want to go on to the next thing here.
Yeah, go ahead.
The foreshadowing in this episode in this season is amazing, especially every line that was said last night. The dialogue was probably 1 page. That's
Yes.
all. That's how
Yes,
much
that's how
battling
much,
there
yes,
was
there
in
is.
this.
It was an
hour and a half
80
of battling.
No, it was a 80-minute episode.
27 or no, hour and 27.
Hour 27-minute episode, and there was probably 10 minutes, if
5.
5 minutes of dialogue.
Not even.
That's not even full dialogue.
Right.
Either. It was a sentence here and a sentence here, just because they wanted
Tyrion
you
got a
to-
joke, like he always does.
It was mainly like they didn't have to have dialogue. It was looks and body language that you could, and the breathing, like that you hear on people. Like it was everything. All of these years of watching Game of Thrones has led up to this episode, and the only issue I have is, are they going to be able to top this with the closing last 3 episodes?
That's a good question.
We all know Cersei's gonna die. I'm saying it. Cersei's gonna die. If they can, never mind. I'm not saying anything else. I'm gonna spoil it.
But here's
All
the thing. With all this Game of Thrones chat, we will be having an aftercast
Yes.
at the end of the
Yep.
series next month. So
We'll do it.
We will be doing an
I
aftercast.
will not.
Brett will
Yes,
not be
Brett
here.
will not be here.
Brett will not be
we
here.
Have a guest.
Or a couple guests. I've got
Actually,
a couple in
yep,
mind.
a couple guests.
But let's move on to a couple other things I want to say about this, and then we can get off of Game of Thrones. The Hound's PTSD scene was amazing. Getting the breathing of him, so he's scared of fire, and what is around him? Fire.
Fire everywhere.
He is deathly afraid. Melisandre's ability to light everything. She had so many key elements in this. If she didn't show up, I don't know.
It would have made a difference.
The Dothraki, oh my God. Right at the beginning, torches go out.
Yeah, that's
I
all you can
can't say more
is-
than that.
Yes.
But let's lay some facts down here. 55 days straight filming in the cold, harsh Ireland winter. It was real winter.
Yep.
Real snow. It was cold. Thousands of extras. Just insane. The longest battle ever filmed. Cinematically, it
so the
beats
second-
Helm's Deep.
Yes,
Brett.
I was gonna say it was like the second longest
My
battle filmed
favorite
was
battle
Helm's Deep,
is-
and okay. Helm's Deep was like a 9. This is an 11.
This is an 11. Yes.
Like comparable.
The crypt, we called it.
I called it. That's all I'm gonna say. The
gotta
crypt.
say,
I called it.
Tyrion and Sansa had a heartbreaking moment, but I'm not saying as to why.
I did shed a tear at that.
You did?
I did.
Okay. The deaths that happened were foreshadowed. We called all of them. It was great. It was well written. A lot of people are complaining that it wasn't enough death, but there was a lot to it. The ending,
the death that happened was fine.
the ending, though.
The ending was Josh literally jumped out of his seat and ran around.
I ran around the house yelling,
Yes.
whooping and whoa, just
like
yes!
it was just an oh my god moment.
It was so intense and insane, and it just
the best meme to describe this that we found.
was Patrick Stars.
No, not Patrick Stars. It was the football player one.
They had us in the first half.
They
not
had
gonna
us in
lie.
the first half. Not gonna lie. It was just like an interview like of this like football player after a game. It's like the feel my face when after this like, Game of Thrones episode, and it was just this guy. And he's like, well, I'm not gonna lie. They had me in the first half.
Yep,
Like-
the visuals were amazing. When John and Danny were flying above the clouds, that was a beautiful moment. The silence and the fear. I give this episode 10.
11.
You can't.
If I could, I would. All right, let's
But
move off of Game of Thrones. We
let's
still have
do
3
that.
more episodes to go.
We do. Brett, let's talk about something you can chime in on here.
I'll tell you this Domino's thing.
what's
that
going on
I
with
found out.
Domino's?
So it was a commercial I saw. So you know how a lot of the pizza places have apps, and
Yeah.
they have rewards attached to those apps, and it's usually based on you get so many reward points versus how much you spend.
Right.
So like Pizza Hut, I know is you get 2 points for every $1 spent,
Okay.
which is pretty good.
Yeah.
And I know Papa John's does it too, but I'm not sure how much.
They do about the same. I mean, they do a Papa Bucks or something.
Papa Rewards. I
Yeah,
believe.
whatever.
But anyway, Domino's is doing this thing now with their app. Is you submit a picture of pizza that you're eating. Any pizza. Doesn't have to be Domino's pizza, just any pizza at all, and
Looks
it
like
gets
we like it a
you
little bit.
reward points towards your account.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
I don't know. Like, so if I bought it, like, just whatever.
You could buy a Pizza Hut pizza, take a picture of it, and credit it to your Domino's account.
Really?
Yeah, or you can make a pizza from scratch at home. Take a picture, and it credits to your Domino's account.
I don't know about that.
Why don't you? What do you mean
I
you
mean,
don't know?
like they're just allowing you to take pictures.
Well, I'm sure there's restrictions to it.
Yeah.
Photos of a pizza.
But my whole point is it doesn't have to have anything to do with Domino's, and you get credit for Domino's.
I think they just want people to use their app.
Well, they
That's
want people
absolutely
to
what they
get
want.
Domino's.
Yes.
Because
Like,
nobody's getting Domino's.
having pizza tonight. Oh, make sure you snap a picture of that pizza.
Domino's is not good.
It's
It's
cheap.
it's okay.
If
I would go for Little
you
Caesars
had
over
a-
No,
Domino's.
I
You
would
had
go to
to-
Domino's over Little Caesars.
if you had to feed a family of 5 because you don't feel like cooking, and you can get, I don't know what their deal is.
I don't
it's
either.
about the same as
A lot
Little
of times
Caesars.
it's like
Yeah.
2 mediums for $6 a piece or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, that's a lot of places. A lot of
So-
places do that.
I just thought they're looking for a step up on Little Caesars, on the chains that are basically carry out only.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that could be a winner.
Now, that just means people are just going to be eating more pizza.
Could be.
Just getting free pizza after just buying whatever at the store. I just wonder if people are going to maybe nix it and do, hey, I'm taking a photo of like a table. Like this table could be a pizza. Like you just put pepperonis on this and you take a photo of it. Just be like, hey, here's a pizza.
That's
Boom.
why I think will be restrictions. Like
right?
Maybe one per week.
Who's
or
looking
something
at
like
these
that.
photos?
Yeah. Whose job is this?
Who's recognizing these pizzas?
Maybe there's some kind of algorithm. As long as it looks like a pizza,
Right?
go ahead and credit. It's not a lot of points.
No.
But it's not nothing.
Right. I do Microsoft rewards. Do you I log into my Microsoft account on my browser, and I do surveys and stuff. I get points, and with those points I can buy Xbox Live stuff. I've been doing it for years.
Of it. I've never put a whole lot of time into it, but I know about it.
You have to go to the site daily, and I'm always at my computer every day. So
Yeah.
I always go there, and I just get points towards it's free. It's free. It's just you just
Well,
take time.
The app I use the rewards most for is Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yes,
Yep.
me too.
Yes.
But unfortunately, you have to dine in now.
To use them.
And we don't eat there.
No.
No.
Or you have to order at the counter
Yeah.
to do carry out. I don't do that.
You
either.
you could go sit at the bar, order carry out, use your points that way.
Oh, that's a better idea, actually.
You can't.
What?
happened?
YouTube. Garfield is the one getting all the photos.
Did you guys hear that? More Garfield phones have been washing up on people's land.
What?
What?
Garfield phones. Yes. Let me look this up.
That's
I had
so-
it in my notes
so
for
random.
weeks. I deleted it today.
Garfield phones?
Yeah, remember the Garfield phone that you're
Like my uncle has, like the actual like landline phone where you pick it up from his back and his eyes roll.
Yeah, Garfield phones on beach. This is reported actually a couple weeks ago from The Verge.
That's like ultra vintage.
Yep, why Garfield phones keep washing up on this French beach. Beast.
Beast.
In the late 1980s, bright orange parts of a novelty Garfield phone have been steadily washing up on the Iroy coast of Brittany in France. Nobody knew where the Garfield phones were coming from, and locals had no choice but to continue collecting pieces of the famous cat for 35 years. According to the BBC, the mystery was finally solved this week when a lost shipping container filled with Garfield phones in more complete condition than any found before them was discovered in a secluded sea cave accessible only during low tide.
Wow.
There's a
That's-
photo of them just laid
Yeah,
up.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's the
That's
phone.
so
My,
weird.
Garfield
yes,
phones.
my grandma has that phone.
So weird.
So
You pick it up and when that's his back, and when you pick it up, his eyes open. I think his tail moves a little bit. Like it's
Cool.
a pretty cool phone.
the what was that?
Not me.
My phone buzzed.
on silent, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It just
Technically,
buzzed.
it was silent.
It just buzzed. That's all.
Go
Had
on.
something to go on with that. Never mind. Well, I'm gonna guess there was a phone shortage in the 1980s of Garfield. You know, what?
Maybe.
You need a pen?
No. I was just seeing where we were at here.
Okay.
Do we want to review Endgame real quick?
I think we can. Yeah, and then we can get on to Decade
I don't
of
think that we
Nostalgia.
will go into it as much as we did with Game of Thrones.
Right. Because there isn't much that can be said. I have
there's-
some.
yeah.
I have some goods and some bads. This is not a entirely perfect film, but it is a perfect superhero film.
Yes. Mhm.
Perfect superhero film beats Spider-Man 2.
Yes.
Spider-Man 2 is considered perfect.
It is.
Yeah, it's praised by many.
Yeah. Okay.
If you think about it, it's a perfect sequel.
It is.
It's
It
a
is.
perfect movie.
Mhm.
But Endgame, what I liked about it, everything wrapped up pretty tight, and there's few questions left. That's one thing I really need to say. Like, they don't need to go on from here. It's very
No,
final.
It's very final.
It's we know there's going to be more.
I would feel bad if they continued with more of Avengers, like those Avengers.
I think there's going to be another Avengers film later on, a couple years later, but it might be like a new Avengers thing. I don't know. But I
like,
think
there's more Avengers than what
yes,
is there.
Yes, we haven't even touched on X-Men
yeah.
yet.
So, but as far as like who's in the film,
Mm-hmm.
I would feel bad if they made another one. Like this was my Toy Story 3.
Really,
Yes.
your send off.
This was my send off movie.
Okay.
Like I still like when we sat down and when I was watching the previews and I saw Toy Story 4, I still don't give a shit.
I know.
Like I don't.
but we're gonna
Like,
see it.
I'm going to see it, but I don't have any feelings to Toy Story 4 because Toy Story 3 was done. Like it's not a just.
Perfect.
There's no reason to make a 4 at all besides money.
That's
Like,
what Disney's going for.
That's it though.
You know it.
That's
Yeah.
it. And really the only thing that's making me see it is because not Tim Allen,
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks had said reading the script like made him cry.
Well-
and I'm like, and he's a really honorable actor, and I'm like, fine, fine, I'll go cry again. But the previews look horrible. Like, I don't really care about a spork. I really don't. I don't. It sucks. Anyways, to go back into Endgame.
Please.
And why I compare it to Toy Story 3 is because that is the last movie we have seen in the theater that has made me cry.
Yes.
Endgame did it. And Endgame made me not cry as much as Toy Story 3. Like, Toy Story 3, I was, like, grabbing my chair and biting my lip and trying not to, like, actually make noise crying because it was that sad. And this one was just, like, it was happy and sad tears, and it was just a constant flow of tears. Like, I just kept crying.
Oh, for Endgame.
For Endgame.
Yes. That the send off was necessary. Everything, like,
there's probably it feels longer than it probably is. Like, I want to say 3 to 5 minutes of silence at a part at the end, and you didn't even hear anybody cough.
People were sniffling.
Like, people were sniffling. Like, it's sad.
Yeah.
And it's sad, and it's needed.
It's a necessary end.
It's necessary ending.
Yep.
So,
did you know that Stan Lee actually filmed that?
He did.
That was him. That was his last film.
That was
him.
Okay. I
That
was
was actually
wondering
him.
whether or not it was.
That was really him. That I did read that they had gotten that before he passed last December. The next thing I want to talk about, we have to say it. They use a concept that has never been used in superhero films to have everything turn around in this movie.
I know what it is.
Time travel.
Yep.
I'm going to just say time travel. They used time travel, and I loved it.
It was very confusing, but at the same time,
That's the only thing we can really say.
And I like how they address time travel because they're trying to not call it a time machine.
Right.
Because they reference so many actual films that have time travel, especially Back to the Future.
Right.
And they're like, so all these years, Back to the Future's been lying?
They do reference Back to the Future many
lot.
times.
But it's really funny. And the other thing speaking of funny, the other thing I liked about this movie is Endgame is it's supposed to be dark. It's supposed to be, this is the end. And I like how the laughs the laughs that were there were perfect where they needed to be, and that was it. And there wasn't a lot of laughing. This was all serious from, like, the very first scene.
Yep.
So it starts.
And you're along for the ride.
It starts exactly where it left off.
Right.
So, and it's a really good movie, and I do give it a 10.
I will give it a 9.8 because
I give it a
do
10.
have a dislike.
I don't have any dislikes in this movie.
This is the credits. They had no Eric Selvig presented in the credits.
That is true. And
they show Brett at the end of Endgame. They show everybody. They show credit roll of everybody, and they show a scene of what they were in or something. They didn't have Eric Selvig.
Whether they were in the movie
they
or
had
not.
Freaking Natalie Portman, who didn't even want to be Jane Foster. Apparently she didn't like being Jane Foster.
Oh,
that's what I heard. Like, she did
Thor's
not.
girlfriend.
Yeah, she didn't like the role.
Okay.
But fantastic movie. Go see it. It is 3 hours long.
It does not feel like 3 hours when you're sitting there.
I couldn't pick out a time to go to the bathroom, but I was always telling you when.
He kept bugging me. He's like, I've read into it. This is a scene where you can go. And I'm like, I went before the movie. I'm fine. I'm not getting up.
Concessions?
No, tried. Let's talk about the bad part of the theater.
Yes.
All right. So
I forgot the ending too.
Yeah, there's another thing. We went to Regal because we wanted to pick out the seats. Where else can you pick out the seats except for IMAX?
And if I'm going to be sitting there for 3 hours, I'm going to be comfortable.
Right. We weren't going to choose.
So we went to the reclining seat theater.
Yes. So, and you can pick out your seats as well. So you don't even have to get there until like 10 minutes before if you don't want to.
Yeah.
So I got in line at concessions right as soon as we found our seats, which was we went at 3.
The movie started at 3, which means I've heard there was at least 30 minutes of previews. That was a bunch of bullshit. There was not. There was 4 previews, and then it started.
Well,
and they were quick.
It is my opinion. Your movie time is X. You be at the theater 30 minutes before.
We couldn't do that.
We couldn't do that. Josh bought the
Why?
tickets at 3 because that was the only show we could go to on Saturday, and I worked until 2, which meant I got home at 2:30.
Well,
we were rushing.
So I got home.
that's your own fault.
No, but we got to the movie on time.
But we got to the movie on time.
Yeah.
But
But
continue with your story.
But we didn't get to eat.
we didn't get to eat.
We were starving
and
afterwards.
I had nothing to eat.
So
Right.
the concessions was busy.
It was very busy, very slow. They didn't have the proper staff to accommodate the people. I didn't move the entire time. I moved once, no, maybe twice.
The actual there
was
was a
bad.
guy sitting next to me in the theater, and then his girlfriend was gone. Josh came. I texted him, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's starting now! Get back here! Get back!" Like it just starts. Like there's nothing. Like it starts.
So no Star Wars.
Huh?
No Star Wars trailer.
No, it was all trailers I've seen before. Like there was Aladdin, Toy Story, Pokemon, and some
The rabbit movie you can never
a
remember.
a rabbit movie by Illumination. Like I don't know what it is.
Or
It's probably
care.
like Secret Life of Pets or something. I have no idea. I didn't care. And then it just started. I'm like, okay, get the fuck back here. I'm like, it's here. So you just hear Josh, like it's silent. You hear Josh go, tonk, 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 like running into the movie theater. And we're in like second from the front row. And this guy's girlfriend, she missed the first part of the movie.
Because she was right behind me in the line.
She was behind him in the line, and she arrived like after the first scene.
What a jerk! He made his girlfriend go. and get
Right?
the
No,
kids?
right?
Right?
Unless this movie
Oh.
was for him and she was just with him and didn't really care.
Oh.
I could see that.
Yeah, either way. Or
Um,
they could have been brother and
So
sister.
the
We don't know.
the very end of the movie. By the way, stay for the end.
If you want to appreciate what they do,
What they do for the end, there is an audio
there's a little audio that
at
you just need to
the
listen
very end of the movie.
to. It's
There is
slight.
there is no credit scenes at all.
Yeah.
But you need to stay for the whole thing.
The staff.
So the staff, which
Assholes.
is a bunch of teenagers, of course. At the end, you see like the credits are rolling and people are sitting there because we're used to having a credit scene, right? Or at least some type of message, and you just hear the staff sitting there with it was like some jerk kid with his broom ready to clean up the popcorn and stuff, and he's just like, by the way, there's no after credit scene, you guys can leave.
Asshole. You know what I did?
Wow.
I turned around and said, "But there is an audio."
I'm like, he turned
Because
around,
I always
like,
go to stinger.com or after the credits
Sure.
or whatever.
Yes.
I always go to it. I always Google it. Is there anything after? Even though people were always saying on IGN whether or not there was, I didn't want to click on anything Avengers.
Yes, because we didn't want to spoil anything.
Because I didn't want to spoil anything for an after credit scene, whether or not there was one. And there was a little audio, but I shut that back. I was like,
And somebody else was like, yeah, I thought there was some an audio clip, and then he just like didn't say anything, and like half the audience left.
My guess is the staff was probably being pressured by management to get the theaters cleaned up quick to get the next showing of people in.
obvious, yeah.
Well, yeah, there was a line.
So he's
You don't
like,
tell an audience that.
Well, I'm
You
saying
don't-
that's
Especially
prob-
in a dick
I agree.
move.
What if I was enjoying
I
the music?
agree, but I'm saying that's probably why he did it. He wants to get,
Well, the other
get
thing-
these people out of here so
okay.
I can get this swept up because they're on my ass.
Or
Right.
they can get this swept up so I can go home because this is the last
Nope.
theater that I need to clean before going home.
Probably not if he's there at 3 though.
But did he pay for
No,
a
this
ticket?
was we got out at 6.
We actually did. Yeah, we got out in 3 hours. Like,
But my
quick.
guess is he's probably working like the evening,
Yeah,
second
well,
shift.
who knows?
Either
Way, there was a guy in front of us
okay?
as we were leaving the theater who was pissed about that, and he was like,
He's really mad.
"Fucking dick."
Yeah, I mean you shouldn't say that.
He
no
wasn't
matter what.
happy. He was not happy.
Oh,
about
it was just everybody was in silence, kind of like
I was enjoying.
the movie, and then you just hear, by the way, guys, there's no other crutch. You guys can get out of here. Like,
That was
it was
really-
so rude.
Yep.
So
Yep, I
rude.
agree. We gotta
Anyways,
hit nostalgia.
Yes, decade of nostalgia. So we have not done this since January 1st of this year. Now we normally use this as a good thing, just to nostalgia, like just have nostalgia of a certain year. This year we're doing 2002. Now we're gonna be touching on what, Alex?
TVs. Or TVs. We're gonna even
TVs.
touch on TVs, guys.
Samsung,
Flat screens have not come out yet.
LG.
They have actually. They
Have
did.
they?
Yeah, they
They
were
were
really
still
expensive.
big.
They were
Really
expensive.
Oh,
Big.
okay. I don't remember 2002 having.
What are you looking up, Alex? Because I'm getting video games.
All right. Well, that's the one thing that I didn't have. I thought we'd start with movies
Go.
so
because that's
we're
where
gonna
I have the longest list.
We're going to touch on some things that we want to talk about the year 2002 of movies, TV show, video games, and music,
Yes.
right?
Yes, music, because music's also a big part, especially now since we're teenagers.
Right.
So anyways, I just looked up IMDb's top 50 movies of 2002. I I'm just gonna scroll a little bit and see if there's something that you guys see because I already have mine written down. So, do you guys any of these?
The first three I don't even recognize. What is Hero?
Road to Perdition.
I know
That's Tom Hanks.
I've never seen Road to Perdition.
I haven't seen it, but I know what it is.
Did you know that's actually based off of a graphic novel?
No.
I had no idea either. I think that's based off of a DC Dark Horse. 28 Days Later was good. That was
a big thing because that pretty much started the zombie thing.
It revamped it because it was kind of
What was before 28 Days Later?
all of the Land of the Dead, Dawn of the Deads in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Well, yes, but I said it revamped the zombie genre. Which,
okay.
again, Brett, we never watched The Crazies over Halloween.
No, we mentioned that a couple. Remember when I was right?
Oh,
about
yeah.
when it came out?
Yeah,
We said
that's
we'd
right.
Watch it this year.
It's
Yes.
because Timothy Oliphant's in it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, 28 Days Later. So, and I have a small thing about 28 Days Later. This is back when we still had AOL at my house.
Mm-hmm.
So this was planned to be like this huge movie, and they only released the trailer for it online at the time, and you could download it. And I sat there online waiting for it to buffer on AOL dial-up for a long time. And then I finally pushed play when it was done, and I got like a few seconds into it, and then my computer shut down. And I was pissed. So I never actually got to see the trailer. I saw like there was a crazy monkey in a cage, and that's all I remember.
Actually, you're not talking about the trailer. You're talking about the first 5 minutes.
Oh, is that what was
Yes,
released? It was
that
the
was
first 5
released.
minutes?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Then it was the first 5
I
minutes
watched
of the movie.
it, and I told you to watch it
Okay.
because it was like, hey, because I was really into horror movies at
Oh,
the
yeah,
time.
that
I
was-
really just needed to have a horror
Well, that's what it
movie.
was. But I sat there waiting
all the time.
to buffer. Oh, and that's what it was. Someone picked up the phone. Someone picked up the phone, and if you do that on dial-up, it will lose your connection. And that's what it was. I was in the basement uploading it. It was just about done. I started watching it. Someone picked up the phone and lost my connection. So yeah, there was that. One other, Spider-Man 2002.
That was our first
Tobey
date.
Maguire. That was Josh and I's very first date, not date.
Date, not date.
Date, not date.
What are you doing here? Yeah, whatever.
What are you doing here? I'm seeing Spider-Man 2. Bullshit.
So what happened is I bought a ticket at 6:30 at the rave. Apparently, Alex's dad did the same exact thing for him, Alex, your sister, and your brother.
It just so happens we were on the phone an hour before the movie, and I said I'm going to be
didn't
going
know
to
what
Spider-Man.
time you were going. Nor did I know you were going to the rave, which was a very good theater
So,
at the time. Here,
Josh, you're saying it was coincidence, and Alex, you're saying it wasn't?
Yeah.
I am saying it's coincidence being truthful.
Went to
Alex,
the same exact time, same exact theater.
there were 3
And
theaters
so it
in
ended
Fort
up being
Wayne
this.
at the
This
time.
is before like we were dating.
So hold on. Was it really a coincidence or not?
Yes.
He said yes.
You don't believe it?
I don't want to
Oh, what do
believe
you think? He
it.
read your mind about when and
I
where?
said I
You
need
never
to
said
get
the
off
time.
the phone. We're going to go see Spider-Man.
Yeah, but that was like 5:30.
So he's got a 33% chance of picking the right theater?
Hey, Dad, can we go see Spider-Man?
Yeah, so I asked my dad if he would take me to go see Spider-Man, and we just so happened to go at the 6:30. I did not expect to run into you at
Did
all
you
either.
sit by her?
Yeah,
We ended up, yes, we did. And then
we did.
and it was just like, oh, well, our dads can sit next to each other, and then I'll
Yeah,
sit
they
next
do.
to
That's
you.
friggin' awkward. I wouldn't sit next to
Well, it's
her.
just like, oh, can we sit next to? can I
Isn't
sit
that weird?
It was.
But they
Weird.
didn't.
Yeah, they didn't.
No, my
Um,
dad saved me a seat, but I was like, yeah, this girl's here.
His dad's like, go on.
You know what? Even worse. This is how bad this date was.
Oh God.
So this is kind of going off on a
That's
trip.
why it's called Decade of Nostalgia.
So
Yeah, but you guys were like 13.
We
Alex,
were.
we didn't announce our
Oh
ages
yeah,
here.
so 2002, I was 13, Josh was 14, Brett was 17.
We said that on the precast.
There you go.
Yes.
Well, yes, but anyways, so I was up at the concessions getting something to drink and eat and stuff. I got popcorn, and my dad said, "Hey, get me something to drink as well." So I thought at the time, my dad loves Diet Coke, so I got him a Diet Coke and I got a root beer. Turns out he didn't want Diet Coke.
You
So
wanted root beer?
he wanted root beer, so I had to drink the Diet Coke.
He didn't tell you what he wanted?
No.
No, it's just his dad. It's
Get me a
very
pop.
well known. Give me a pop is get him a Diet Coke.
Yes, but you can say that if you always get Diet Coke.
I have never seen Josh's dad drink anything besides Diet Coke.
Oh, no, he used
or
to
a
drink.
beer.
Except for at the Spider-Man show.
I
He
guess.
wanted root
too.
beer, so
Yes.
I gave him root
So,
beer.
Josh and I, like a week later, went and saw this movie again together. And I don't know if I don't think we wanted to admit it, but we didn't really watch it the first time.
You made out?
No, we weren't dating yet.
We
It
were
was
paying
that-
attention to each
We
other.
were paying attention to each other. It was like that. I like you, you like me. We really like each other, but we're gonna pretend we don't.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
So Alex, when we started,
I
was this far apart from me.
By the end of the movie.
By the end of the movie, how close were you?
I was like here.
You were closer than that. You didn't move
not
you
a-
got your arm up.
It's
You-
not
I
a
did.
bench seat.
I know.
How do you scoot closer?
But I was
than
like
a-
leaning.
By the
I
end of
like
the movie,
you.
her weight was on me.
Let's move on.
Yes.
All
so
right,
more
so
movies.
Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers.
Favorite
released.
movie of the trilogy.
That's with the Helm's Deep, right?
Yep.
Yep,
that's
that's
very
Helm's Deep.
ironic that we mentioned that, and it was also something we're talking about tonight.
Minority Report.
Another one of Alex and I's date movies.
Yes.
It was I love Steven Spielberg's sci-fi movies, all of them. AI was a little hard to get through as a kid, but when he came out with Minority Report, that blew me away. Like Minority Report, one of my favorite Tom Cruise films.
Never
and it didn't.
seen
You never saw it.
Oh, you would enjoy it.
Colin Farrell's in it. It's a really good action film.
It is.
I think I'll bring it over one day.
Yeah,
whenever
that's
we hang
that's a
out.
good movie night movie. We'll have to remember
It
that
is.
one.
It's fun to watch.
So Minority Report. Funny story behind that is Josh and I were on a date. Later after we were actually dating at this point, and we were the only ones in the theater. And you know that back in the day, you used to actually have like there was a poster in front of like the movie theater that you were going into, like,
Right.
and it would say like the movie. Well, it didn't. It had
A different one.
It had a different movie
Yeah.
poster, so it was confusing.
Okay.
And this couple walked in, and this guy was walking up the stairs, and he's like, "Are you guys here to see Minority Report?" And as he's like doing that, he trips up the stairs in front of this date.
Awkward.
They were both red.
And they were both so like, "Oops." He like, it would have been better if he threw like his popcorn or whatever. But yeah, so that's funny. The
don't know.
Ring.
The Ring.
The Ring. That's
that's-
a legendary movie.
That kind of spawned just so
A lot of
many
different-
The
memes.
Grudge.
Yeah, The
Yeah.
Grudge.
People made fun of the 7 days. You know, people
Yes.
calling people on privately. and-
sleepovers. We'd be watching The Ring, and then the phone would ring, and someone would pick it up because it's still landlines at this point. And someone would get on the other phone and be like, 7 days.
I remember watching this. I don't remember if it scared me.
It wouldn't scare me these days, but
Right.
I think back when I was like 13, yeah, it was pretty scary. We saw this one. Was it? We see this one or The Grudge in the front row?
The Ring.
The Ring.
The Ring was in
It was
front
because it was
row.
sold out.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so The Ring.
You know what? I'm just gonna skip. I'm gonna push one that we're not even looking at right now. Signs.
Signs is on here.
Oh,
It's right here.
Okay,
It's on my list.
that was also a front row.
I saw signs in the theater.
We did. Yeah,
Josh
that was
and I,
another.
another date movie. That
But
was like
you-
our thing to do.
You got scared. Walked out.
Okay, so I didn't get scared. I had really bad anxiety, and it was the first night that you were visiting,
Yeah.
and we'd only been together a few months, and I just had anxiety. Like I was like, oh my God, I'm sitting next to my boyfriend. And at the time, Josh and I were long distance. He was 1,000 miles away. So he was visiting, and it was just a lot of feelings. And now we're watching a scary movie, and I kind of didn't want to see it because I wasn't a fan of scary movies at the time. And there was a point where I was like, I'm going to go to the bathroom. And I went to the bathroom and I threw up because I was just like,
I didn't know that.
Yes, it was like high anxiety. Well, later that night, who would have known? Josh and I had our first kiss that night.
That was true. Yep. That's why Signs plays
in my driveway.
Yep. It plays a very big part in our relationship.
So in that same night, that was the first time Josh had his arm around me for the first time. First time we held hands
Yeah.
and had our first kiss.
Yep.
So we moved very fast.
did Signs scare you at all, Brett? You said no.
Two parts made me
Which part?
jump. So when he reaches under the door,
Yes.
When
Why
it's
does that
stuck in the
scare
pantry.
everybody?
Because
Why?
you know what's gonna happen, but you
The
just
hand comes out. And just
he
grabs
and
the knife.
then in the basement when his arm is out and he reaches up and grabs the kid.
you're not
so
gonna say
hand
the third
scares
one.
Brett.
What's the third?
The
one?
third jumpy scene in the cornfield where he goes to check out the noises in the cornfield. And then
And
he
the
drops
leg.
his flashlight and it turns off and he's hitting it and it turns on and you see the leg go into the
Oh
cornfield.
yeah, I forgot about that. part.
Fuck that. That was actually
Yeah.
the scariest part for me. I still can't watch that part because it's the music because it goes it's that high screechy like and then the piano.
We'll get
and
you a
the,
cushion, Brett.
Ugh.
No,
We'll get-
I hurt my heel.
Oh.
It's like that movie was. I loved.
I did.
Signs.
I love Signs. As much as you can tear this movie apart, the water and the aliens.
Whatever.
Still-
It's an amazing
It's
movie.
still a good movie. He didn't
It's
think
not
it all the way
amazing, but it's
through.
good.
Okay, he wrote it, directed it, and produced it. M. Night Shyamalan did. So give him a little bit.
Keep going.
Keep going. Okay, we've got
I think
Harry
fast.
Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah, Brett, you got to eventually see the Harry Potters.
No.
My parents are actually watching them
Why?
because my dad actually read the books
Yeah.
recently, so they're watching them.
Panic Room.
Okay.
That's a good movie.
2002 was a weird time for Hollywood.
It was a weird time to scare people in different ways.
Right. Panic Room was the dumbest concept,
Who
but
is the girl?
best.
Jodie Foster.
No, the
Other
kid.
one?
We know the kid.
Yes. Oh my
She's an
gosh.
actress,
What's her
uh,
name? Twilight.
Why are you doing
Twilight. What's
Kristen Stewart.
Bell?
Yes.
Kristen Stewart.
Yeah,
Oh,
Stewart,
she's a
Stewart.
really young,
Not
really
Kristen
young
Bell.
I got
actress
it.
in that movie.
Kristen Bell is married to Dax Shepard.
Yes. But
We're doing choreography over there.
Yes.
what?
You were doing
I was doing that.
choreography when you
I
couldn't
couldn't
think of her
think.
name.
Lilo and Stitch.
I hated that movie.
I love the movie.
No.
I've never seen it.
As much as people are like, now out of all of the Lilo and Stitch things,
I like the movie. That's it.
it spawned sequels
Yeah,
and series.
Um,
It was fine.
about Schmidt, I watched that in Psychology. That's a good movie.
Yeah.
Chicago.
8 Mile.
Yep, 8 Miles on there.
See, there was a lot of time that spawned. Let's take a rapper and make a movie. Because after that,
But isn't it based on like his real life?
kind of.
I
or
think it's like
loosely
it's like
based.
loosely based on his life.
Like basically,
But that, I mean, who doesn't like get hyped when they hear the song?
But the
So.
Lose Yourself song like won.
it won a lot.
A lot
Something.
of awards.
Grammys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and-
yeah. It's a great
didn't
song.
it win an Oscar as
Oh.
well?
I think so.
I
for
think
best
so.
music?
I'm sure it did.
It's a great
At least
song.
got nominated.
It's a great song.
Moving
Yeah.
through the list, The Mothman Prophecies. Josh, I know you like that movie.
Based on true events.
Yes, it's pretty scary.
there's
Oh, and that's it.
Yeah, we got to move on.
Yeah, that's it
I mean,
for.
to the next piece.
Yeah,
movies.
we're
So, Josh, you can do video games.
so
I didn't see anything on TV, by the way, so we're not doing TV.
That's fine.
Unless anybody in the chat on.
Nothing that started in.
Yeah, like I looked up premieres. Like there's plenty of stuff on TV,
Right.
but nothing that premiered in 2002.
Lots of stuff in mid-season.
Yep. So Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Ooh, that was big.
That's number one on Google.
That was the first Grand Theft Auto game that I
love your hype for this. Like
it was like when Grand Theft Auto 3 came out, I just kind of stumbled upon it on a friend's recommendation.
Mhm.
Vice City, I like read everything I could about
Really?
like previews and stuff.
So that was if you could pick a game, that would be your game. Like if what game would this like that was you? That was Vice City.
Oh, it was just I remember being really excited for it.
Really excited. That's
'Cause
and you don't get excited for video games very often anymore.
Not now, but then. for
Yeah. Let's just move on. Let's
Let's
not
move
branch
on. Well,
off from that.
The Ray Liotta, they added a voice to the character you play for the first time in a Grand Theft Auto game,
Oh, that was the first one where you actually talked.
and it was Ray Liotta who. It was fitting because he's played mob parts before,
Mhm.
and Vice City, Tommy Vercetti was who you played, and it's kind of loosely based on Scarface.
Okay.
So it's very, and just the Miami setting was really cool. I'd like to go back and play it. I wish they'd port it like they did with San Andreas.
Oh, I thought that's what you were playing. Was a port of Vice City instead of San Andreas when we last saw you playing. that.
No,
But you were playing San Andreas.
Yep.
That's right. Okay. Let's go on to the next item of the video games. I mean, there's a lot of PC games. I see Spider-Man. That was funny thing.
like Spider-Man 1.
Yeah, Spider-Man 1, the movie video game. I played this
Me too.
before I saw the movie.
Not me.
Now, when we saw the movie, I was quoting things.
Oh, that's what you were quoting things?
Yes.
It's like I kept looking over at him though. Like I still remember this. Like he kept saying certain lines in the movie.
I could quote
how-
Uncle Ben's quote.
Yes, I'm like,
in
how the
car.
heck do you know this? Like we went like opening night.
Yeah. Because I played the Spider-Man video game right before it.
Weird about that is that you web sling above the building.
Yeah. Spider-Man.
What?
Yeah.
You went you attached to a cloud.
You want to know how
Yes.
you kill Spoiler alert! If you haven't seen,
Oh, come on. It's long enough.
the Green Goblin,
What?
you kill him on the bridge instead of in a house or whatever. The glider just flies right past you and it just kills him. It's stupid. It's the dumbest scene ever. It was. I looked at it, I was like, I threw my controller up. Whatever.
I don't think
Whatever.
I
Fine.
don't think I ever beat it or Spider-Man 2, the game.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that was one of my first campaigns I beat. I actually
Yes.
think that was my first campaign I beat. That's actually pretty crazy. Wow. I
Well,
just
there you-
realized
there
that.
you go.
31 years old, realizing my first campaign was the Spider-Man movie game
I should
And it
lend
sucked.
you
that I
my
beat.
PS4 so you can play Spider-Man.
Well, okay, hold on. Do you consider Mario campaigns?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Super Mario World would be my first.
I mean, it's a side scroller, and if you beat the game, that's
No.
technically like a campaign. 'Cause
I didn't
then-
100% it, but 100%ed Spider-Man.
If you played campaigns now, I would lend you my PS4 so you could play Spider-Man.
Oh, I play campaigns.
Yeah, he does. I'm the one that doesn't.
When?
Whenever I have time. I mean, I have time every now and then.
Okay.
Yeah, I've just been getting freelance jobs lately.
Okay.
James Bond 007 Nightfire.
Oh yeah. This
Brett-
is another
This is
one
going to
that
be your guys' segment because I wasn't into video
stumbled
games.
upon, and
You know what?
it was a sequel to Agent Under Fire, and it's fine.
You know what? Let's put this in the middle here so Brett can actually take a look at some video games with us. So there. I'm actually I'll turn it more towards you a little bit, and you can scroll down because if you want to talk about something, because I looked at other ones. Warcraft 3 came out in 2002. I never played it. I played Warcraft 2 as a kid on PC. It was great. I loved it. But that's pretty much all I really had to say about my video games on there. If you want to keep scrolling down, if there's anything else, I think Super Smash Brothers. No, that came out in 2001. Melee
Super
did.
Mario Sunshine's on there.
Oh,
did.
There's two big ones for me.
Super Mario Sunshine, I do remember playing, but I did not play Sunshine until like 2004.
Oh, Splinter
So-
Cell's on there.
Yeah.
One of the big ones. So the first Splinter Cell,
Yeah.
which I did not play until maybe 5 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, because
Oh.
the first one I really played was the third one in the series,
Mhm.
and it is stealth as stealth as it comes.
Right.
And then the one right next to it was Madden 03, which was the first Madden game that I put significant time into.
Really?
Played it nonstop from August to January.
Mine was the year prior.
02.
Yeah, because it was given to me when I got the
Who's on
GameCube.
the cover of 02?
Is it Cunningham? Randall Cunningham? No, that was not the quarterback of the Vikings. Oh my gosh. I can't remember his name.
Dante Culpepper.
I wanted to say Culpepper.
So I think I can go through from 01 to now and name every Madden cover athlete.
Did you hear who got announced for the most recent Madden cover?
Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes.
Aww.
Yeah, yeah.
That's our boy.
It's our
I'm
boy.
going to name these.
What?
I'm going to name all the Maddens.
Go
Pull
ahead.
'em up.
What? Oh, you want me? Oh, you want me to? Oh, okay.
We'll start with 01.
Well, we already know you have that.
No, you
Madden
said 02.
covers list.
I said 02.
Okay.
01. Ready?
All right. I'm getting to the Wikipedia. Sorry. Does this tell me who's on it?
Brett's really proud of himself.
Yes, I got it. Okay. So 01. Who you got, Brett?
Eddie George.
If you want to go, well, that's 2000. Madden
That's
2000.
Okay.
Oh, no. It came out in 2000. Madden 2001. You're right. I'm sorry. You're
So
right.
Madden 01 is Eddie George.
Eddie George of.
Tennessee Titans.
Okay.
02 is Dante Culpepper, Vikings.
Yep.
03 is Marshall Falk of the Rams.
Yep.
04 is Michael Vick of the Falcons.
Keep going.
05 is Ray Lewis of the Ravens. 06 is Donovan McNabb of the Eagles.
Okay.
07, let me think about that. 07 was Sean Alexander of the Seahawks.
Yes.
08
There's a bonus if you could name what the Hall of Fame edition was
was a different athlete.
entirely.
Emmett Smith?
No.
I don't know.
It was. I don't know. He might have been an athlete, but I know he was a coach, and it's
Oh.
named after him, John Madden.
John Madden.
Yeah.
08 are we on?
Yes.
Vince Vaughn. Not Vince Vaughn. What the hell is his name? The quarterback from Texas, Vince is his first name. I cannot remember his last name.
You were close. It had a long O in it. Okay, it's Vince Young of the Titans.
Vince Young. I said Vince Vaughn, didn't I?
Yeah.
So that was 08. 09 was Brett Favre.
Yeah, he had that was the dumbest release ever
They released it
because he was on the Eagles at the time.
No. Brett Favre.
Jets. Yeah.
He was. They printed it in a Packers uniform.
Yes.
But then he went to the Jets.
Jets.
So
Thank you. It was
Walmart
a
did
green
a thing.
uniform.
Walmart did a thing where you could have a
A
4x6
fucking insert.
picture printed off for free, and you slide it in the front.
An insert of Brett Favre to
was-
go to your game case that you're not even gonna keep.
Wow. That's horrible.
What a pre-order bonus.
Yeah. 2010 was a split cover between Larry Fitzgerald and Troy Polamalu.
Yep.
2011 was Drew Brees
Mm-hmm.
of the Saints.
Yep.
2012 is Peyton Hillis of the Browns.
You're
2013. Wait, no, it wasn't 2013. It was Madden 25.
well.
and
It's still called well.
it was Madden 13, but they named it, I think, because it was 25th anniversary.
No, there is a Madden 13, and then there's a Madden 25. You skipped a
Okay,
year.
Okay.
So Madden 13, who
Oh boy.
this is one that I actually bought too. So I
Man,
remember the
think
cover.
I bought it too.
Yeah, this came out in 2012. I bought this on the 360.
Madden 13.
Okay, so who's on Madden 25? Though?
Madden 25, I think, is Megatron.
Can you be more specific of who that is?
What the hell is his name? Calvin Johnson.
That was 13.
Okay.
Okay.
Calvin Johnson was 13.
Yes.
Barry Sanders is on the cover of Madden 25.
Yes and no.
Okay. Was
He-
there more than one?
There's another one because this is when the one and the
Was it,
PS4 launched.
Was it
You remember who was on the cover of this one? I do.
Terrell Owens?
No, it's Adrian Peterson.
Oh yeah, because they kind of had those spin-offs.
They split. Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's when the next
It
gen
was
launched. So there was
it
both.
was a different game,
Mhm.
right?
No, well, it's still considered Madden 25, but it came out for the Barry Sanders on the
I
360
see.
and PS3, and Adrian
Yes.
Peterson on the next gen.
I got you.
So now we're on to Madden 15.
Madden 15 was I had Madden 15.
We played
I
this one a
think.
lot. You and I did. We talked about this a lot.
Madden 15.
You're getting almost all of them.
I know.
I mean, you were kind of a little off with that,
It's a little bit off. It's weird that the oldest ones I know the best.
but as far as you have gone, I am.
What does that say about your memory
I
as you
am-
get older, Brett?
I am.
Well, and they're like at the later games, I just they haven't meant as
Oh.
much
Right,
to me.
right.
I don't
Okay.
play them as much anymore. What are we on? 15?
15. This is awesome. Do you just want me to go for it?
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's Richard Sherman.
Oh, okay. I remember I'm trying to think of the covers.
Right.
Don't
Don't really remember the cover of that one. I think we skipped that one. Then we went.
Madden 16. I know Madden 17 was OBJ, Odell Beckham.
No, that's 16.
16 is OBJ.
Yeah, you're getting your years
17
too far
was-
ahead, but
17
you're getting them.
was Rob Gronkowski.
Yep.
And 18 was last year. No,
2 years ago.
19. So 18. I don't know.
Tom Brady,
Okay, and then 19 was AB.
Antonio Brown. Yep. So Brett, you got I'd say 95%
I'd say
of it
like
right.
95.
Pretty
Yeah,
good,
I mean
not
you were a
too
little
bad.
off by the years, but you got the names. Like
Yeah.
if you thought Calvin Johnson was on Madden 25, but no, he
Right,
wasn't.
right.
He was the year before.
It was a lion. I knew it was a lion.
yeah,
Detroit
he,
Lion.
He was lying. So what?
That was sorry.
we went off on a crazy
Tangent.
tangent. That's okay. That's
Still,
that's
it's
the purpose.
nostalgia.
So there's probably other video games out there that came out in 2002. Those are the ones we just wanted to touch on. Video gaming was not as big until later for most of us, I'm sure. Well, at least us two, around
We could
2006.
start-
is
It's
when
going to be a while
Yeah.
for
We could
before I'm
start
into it.
buying them with our own money.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. What's next?
Music.
Music. Let's talk about a little bit of music, and then we got to get out of here.
Yep. So I looked at Billboard Hot 100 songs for 2002, going kind of in order because I'm sure we're not going to know towards the end. But number one, this is weird, but number one is "How You Remind Me" by Nickelback.
What?
Yeah.
That was on Spider-Man, right?
No,
No,
that
it's
is
Hero.
Hero.
Hero, and it was actually
Yes.
just Chad Kroger.
Yep.
It wasn't
yes,
Nickelback.
it wasn't Nickelback. At
That's
the time.
right. That's what I thought was weird. Why would he do
Um,
it solo? That
I
didn't.
think
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious how Nickelback is so hated.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. I really like Nickelback.
I don't know if I like them, but I don't think they deserve.
I
so
think
much
that they're-
hate.
No.
I like them.
No, they're fine. They didn't do
Um,
anything to me. They didn't bother me. They're fine. I don't hear them on the radio.
Number 2 is "Foolish" by Ashanti. I'm pretty sure if I heard it, I remember it, but I don't remember the name. Ashanti was a really popular singer.
She kind of came back in the mid 2000s.
Yeah. "Dilemma," Nelly featuring
Did-
Kelly Rowland.
I think Nellyville, the album, came out in 2002, which is a great album.
Yes.
How do you listen to Nelly?
I did.
Brett and
that
I
one.
shared a lot of the same
Music taste.
music taste back in this day.
I
did.
I listened to Nellyville. It was really good.
hmm Speaking of Nelly, number 4, "Hot in Her."
Ha.
Hot
was
in
on
Her.
That was on that album.
Number
as well.
4, "Wherever You Will Go," The Calling.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's one of
I watched a
my
video
Denounce's
on
songs.
YouTube about kind of some one-hit wonders, and
That's
that's
one of 'em.
one of them.
Yeah,
'cause they
that's
didn't do
It is.
Oh, hold on! Don't tell me who. Wherever you will
We
go.
already said
We already said it.
The Calling.
The
Oh,
Calling.
I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention to that. I thought
Here's another big one, "1,000 Miles" by Vanessa Carlton.
that's okay. This one hits home
A
for me and
a
Alex.
lot of
Okay,
these
yeah.
songs, like Josh and I are gonna know, just because like music was a big thing when you're a teenager, because you kind of attach yourself to
you
music,
do.
and you really start listening to music and like the lyrics and the meanings and stuff. So "1,000 Miles" was really a big song for Josh and I.
Because that's how far apart we were.
Yeah, because we were 1,000 miles apart.
Yep.
Number 7 is another big one. "In the End" by Linkin Park.
Ooh. That I'm
Yeah.
surprised is not higher up.
Well, yeah.
You couldn't turn on a radio station without it being played.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
a rock
we're
station,
also
I should
looking
say.
at like the top 10 here, and this is all genres.
Oh,
So this
Okay.
is not just of rock or whatever.
no.
"What's Love" featuring Fat Joe featuring Ashanti.
Yep.
That's the "What's Love." Yeah.
Got to do.
I thought
Yes,
that
it's
was-
that one.
I thought that was who was the featuring?
Fat Joe featuring
Joe, okay.
Ashanti.
I thought it was Ja Rule.
No.
I thought it was too.
And then one of my favorite singers back in the day, Usher, "You Got It Bad."
Okay.
"Puddle of Mud," Blurry. Really like
I
that
like
song.
that song.
Yeah, that's a good song.
Another big one, my first CD of hers. Oh, actually, her first CD. Avril Lavigne, "Complicated."
That Avril Lavigne changed a lot of punk rock, kind of. Not really punk rock, but she was very rock at the
Well,
time.
at the time, you could play her on a pop station and a rock station.
Exactly,
So it
and
was,
you kind of still can.
yeah.
Didn't Puddle of Mud have that "She Fucking Hates Me" song?
Yeah, but that came out. I think that's on the same
It's-
CD,
it's the same
actually.
album, yeah.
Yeah, same album. I had that album. "Always on Time," Ja Rule featuring Ashanti. "I'm not always
that's
there
what
when
I'm
you
thinking.
call,
Maybe that's
but
why I was thinking of Ja Rule.
always on time."
Do you know John Rule wants to do another Fire?
Fire Festival. Yes, I
Festival.
know.
Yeah,
That's
it's been all over
Why?
the chives.
Give
So-
it up. Don't.
So another big one. "Ain't It Funny," Jennifer Lopez featuring Ja Rule.
Ain't it
Funny. "The Middle,"
Nope.
Jimmy Eat World.
Oh
I heard this
yes,
song on the radio.
I
the
love
other
that
day.
song.
Yeah.
You know what? I actually know that song by heart because we sang it in choir. Weird.
Oh, really?
Yeah, boys
Yeah.
choir. We did poppy music every now and then. So we did The Middle by Jimmy Eat World. It was weird.
"Family Affair," Mary J. Blige.
Can't say I've ever really listened to a full track by Mary J. Blige.
Really?
Yeah, it's not really my taste. I know she's huge. There's a lot of artists out there that are huge that I've never really listened to.
"My Sacrifice" by Creed.
Okay.
I really like that song.
Yeah. Well,
And Creed went nowhere.
Creed is.
I think "Higher" was kind of like their biggest.
Yeah.
Their biggest
Right.
song.
Creed kind of reminded me a lot of Nickelback.
Can you change?
I agree.
Me higher.
Number 21, "Without Me" by Eminem.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a good one.
Yes. Now, I remember when we were at the Roller Dome, Alex,
Yes.
and this song would come on. They would bleep that part out. All the kids said
yes,
bitch.
everybody said bitch.
That one part.
Yes. "Hero" by Enrique Iglesias. Oh, come on. "I can be your hero."
Oh, that's him?
baby.
Oh, that's him?
yeah.
Yes.
That's on Scrubs.
Yes.
That's when Dr. Cox loses his back.
"All You Wanted," Michelle Branch. She was a big
Oh,
singer
Michelle
back
Branch.
in the day.
She still is. She's a country singer now.
Oh,
I
okay.
believe
Did
it's.
not know that.
The
"Get the Party
Wreckers?
Started" by Pink. So that was when she got more into her poppy poppy kind of.
I sing that in
singing.
choir too.
Wow. Speaking of Chad Kroger, Hero, Chad Kroger featuring Josie Scott.
No
Spider-Man.
idea.
That was the Spider-Man song.
All
Yeah.
right, let me see if there's any other kind of really
Yeah,
big
because we gotta get
ones
out of
on
here. We're hitting time.
Just a Friend.
What? That came out in 2002?
I guess, yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Um,
that was our song for a while. Do you know Just a Friend, Brett?
Negative.
Would you
That
say he's
just a friend.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Say he's
Yes.
oh baby
Yeah.
you.
A Moment Like This, Kelly Clarkson. That was her
That was
first,
the first
single.
That was the first American Idol.
American Idol.
Yep.
Mhm.
But she didn't
Yeah.
win, did she?
Yes, she
yeah.
did. She
Her and
was the
Justin.
first American Idol.
Yep,
Okay.
Justin. They did a movie that summer. Justin and Kelly.
Yeah, it was crap.
That was
Yeah,
horrible.
it was
I never
crap.
even saw it, but I heard it was crap.
Yeah, that's when Hollywood was bringing out trash. You know, there's some
Well,
time.
no, what they saw was the American Idol people are going to go to this movie.
Right. It probably made money.
I'm sure.
Made its budget.
So you can start to see as I'm going down the list. I don't think we'll talk about it anymore. But
Yeah.
so number 99 is Justin Timberlake. So we've got, this is where the boy bands and the people that we're now the people that were like me into the boy bands and Britney and Christina. All these people are in like the 80s and 90s at the list. Like they're starting to get kicked away, and like we've got people like Ja Rule, Ashanti, Eminem. Like this is when the big R&B movement kind of popped in, and it was like, I know it was
That's true.
like the beats and the music and stuff. It was just very catchy as a teenager, and I kind of got pulled into that and eventually got pulled away from it. And a good transition for me was going into Linkin Park and going into my rock stage of my life, because Linkin Park is
It's
rap rock.
Yep.
So it was just like, it was a good transition.
It was easy. It was
Yeah.
really easy.
So 2002, it was a very good year.
Do you guys remember anything specific about 2002? I have something.
What?
Well, I mean, I started high school in 2002.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you would have been a freshman.
I was a
I
freshman.
was a
When else do you start high school, Alex?
Oh no, it's just I'm thinking.
I was a junior.
You were a junior, yeah. You were eighth
I
grade.
started 8th grade.
Yep.
I was still in middle school.
Yeah. 2002 was huge because that's when Alex and I started dating. A lot of music and a lot of movies at the time. We could have touched on it so much more, but we're pressed for time here.
2002, did we just move into the house?
No, you moved a year before.
Okay, that was 2001.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's when I moved to South Dakota. Experienced a whole new world there. South Dakota, it's its own planet.
It is. It really is.
All right, but we got to get out of here, guys. It's been a great episode. Alex, you got to talk about your Twitch here real quick.
Yep. So if you would like to watch me game or just chat
Go
with
Bing.
me, Bing.
Bing.
Sorry. If you would like to watch me game or just come by and say hi, I do a good job of when I'm going live. I post it on my Twitter, my Instagram, and my Facebook account. So it is twitch.tv/Q_kitty KUTEKITTI. I don't know why it's even sitting right there on the screen.
Yeah.
I don't know why I keep pausing.
Mhm.
Just because there's like so many different ways of doing my cute kitty thing,
plugs.
like my plugs.
Yeah.
So I do stream Sundays at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, on Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yep.
So, and you can find me probably playing Halo, Master Chief Collection, Black Ops 4, Borderlands 2.
Every Sunday.
You can say every time, Alex.
Every Sunday I jump on your stream to see if
Excuse
you're
me,
gonna
excuse me,
play
sorry.
Tomb Raider, and you don't.
Well, now I'm playing the Borderlands 2 campaign right now.
Well, do you need 6 months to get ready for Borderlands 3?
We have to play the other one.
I have to play the other one.
Pre-sequel.
still. The
6 months.
pre-sequel.
Well, however long it is.
5.
My point is, there's plenty of time.
Yes.
No, there's plenty of time.
I
do plan on finishing it. It's just we're stuck on Borderlands.
You know what? Prove
addicting
Brett wrong.
Right now.
Play it on Sunday.
That's right.
Play it on
'Cause
Sunday.
I don't believe
Fine,
you.
Fine. I'll play Borderlands on Saturday or
No,
Tuesday.
I
or-
think we're playing GTA on Saturday.
I'll figure it out.
And we're playing Sea of Thieves tomorrow night.
Whatever. I'm pretty much just waiting for Borderlands 3 to come out, because that's gonna rule my life for a
And
while.
Halo Reach.
And Halo Reach.
Yep, being re-added. All right, guys, without further ado, it is time to plug it in. I don't have my plugs with me, so I'm going to wing it like I did last week, and we've got it memorized. So if you guys are listening to or watching us, we want to let you know thank you for joining us. You can catch us on our social media apps. Facebook is facebook.com/PTOUnlimited. Instagram is PTOUnlimited_podcast. And we are on Twitter, which is @PTOUnlimited. And there you can catch us live every Monday at 6 p.m. for our pre-podcast meeting. What we do there is we sit down and talk about what we're going to talk about before we actually talk about it. And it also allows our fans and you could be a fan as well too now, to chime in, give us topics to talk about, and you can already see what we have planned for the show. And also, if you're listening to us, thank you. You can find us on other platforms as well. Most notable places are Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, and Radio Public, to name a few. Thank you for joining us on our YouTube. We've been live this whole time. Thanks for the comments, people chiming in, giving us their take on things. Alex has been responding as we go. Thank you very much for joining us. If you want to catch us live, we are live on YouTube at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and all you have to do is just search PTO Unlimited right in the YouTube search. If we get enough subscribers, we can get our own URL. So we can get a custom URL. So subscribe to us if you like what you see, and also hit that like button. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I am @Lemke619.
Brett_wings.
Cute_Kitty. Joshua, our phone number.
Oh, yes, thank you. Let me go back to Twitter here. We posted it once on our social media. We haven't really been plugging our phone number, but if you want to leave us a voicemail, thank you for those who already have. You can continue to do so. We had some people send in for our 1 year, but we did not get to putting them up because our audio didn't work. What?
3 years.
Sorry, what did I say?
1 year.
Anniversary.
Yeah, our anniversary episode. Our annual. Ahem. So if you want to call us, we do have a voicemail that you can leave a voicemail for, and all we ask is just maybe tell us who you are. If you're a podcast, we might shout you out as well too. Our phone number is 224-225-5780. Now that is 224, call PT0, call PTO, call us. Seriously, do it. Don't mess around.
Do it.
Do it.
All right, Brett, do you have a final note?
Excuse me. On a final note, this coming Saturday is the Kentucky Derby.
Is it?
Is it really already?
I thought it was in the summer.
First Saturday in May.
Oh my gosh.
So I know I'll be watching it.
Yeah, we watched it last
We
time
watched
with you.
it last time.
Why did we do that?
Did you watch the Derby?
Yeah.
Because it was the...
It was...
No, it was the last one.
It was 2 years ago.
No.
No, we watched the Preakness.
The Preakness is
No,
what
not
we
the
watched.
What's the third one?
Preakness is number 2. The Belmont.
The Belmont.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm pretty sure Justify won the Triple Crown last year. And he did it in...
We watched that
like,
with you.
dominating factor in all 3 races.
Mhm.
Like, he just...
Stayed ahead.
He was not... nobody was close to him.
Right.
So, not quite as exciting as American Pharoah 3 years before in 2015, because American Pharoah was the first Triple Crown winner since the 70s, and I missed the Belmont, and I was so angry at myself.
But you got to experience another Triple Crown in a couple years, you know?
Correct.
It's like,
So
it's crazy.
It's always cool to see a Triple Crown.
It is.
And you can't see a Triple Crown if you miss
one of them.
the Kentucky Derby.
One of them.
Well, you can't. If you miss the first one, you're screwed.
Yeah, right?
So you got to see the first one.
You can't triple stamp a double stamp.
You can't do it.
You can't triple stamp, double stamp. You can't triple stamp, double stamp.
Lloyd!
Lloyd!
Oh, let's
I'm
get
sorry,
out of
that
here.
just totally
I
popped into
love
my
it.
head.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us. It's time we got out of here. We'll catch you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.